Hi, I'm Philippe Ingels, the founder of Flowmonics. Flowmonics is a revolutionary approach to mastering your mind in the pursuit of happiness. Now, the problem we're trying to solve is that with self-help books and really anything to do with mental well-being, it has a tendency to focus on singular themes in isolation. So you would look at anger or moods or emotions or meaning or fear. The fragmented understanding results in a cycle of short-term fixes. It's a bit like playing whack-a-mole with your mind. Every time there's a problem that pops up, you need to whack it down and then you move on to the next problem. Now, what if you could understand your mind so well that you can literally solve any of these problems on your own? Unfortunately, that book doesn't exist. What does exist is this book. It's the first comprehensive theoretical framework of how the mind works, written by myself. The only problem is that you don't probably want to read that book. It's very technical and it talks about things like the mind-body problem, the nature of consciousness, and the nature of things like free will and intelligence. What this framework has shown us, however, is that we can now identify and precisely define the mind's collection of mental functions, the value drivers and motivational states. And what it has shown us is that every challenge you face is a specific set of these adjustable elements in a dynamic configuration tailored to the threat or opportunity you are facing. What this means is that once you understand these characters very well and you understand how they relate to each other, it's quite easy then to figure out what the configuration is that are involved in the problem or challenge that you're facing and how to adjust these different elements for a positive outcome. What this allows us to do is basically decentralize self-improvement. So currently, the way you would improve yourself is you would have a problem, you would go to an expert or a book, you would get your light bulb moment, apply it to your mind and find your solution. But now you have to do it for the next problem, find the next book, find the next therapist, and so on. Decentralization means that we put this wisdom, this ability to solve problems inside the mind of each person so that they can basically solve their own problem. So this is our solution. We're going to take our best understanding of how the mind works. We're going to map out the adjustable elements, how they relate to each other and their different characteristics. We can then package these into animation clips for easy understanding, and we can then hand over all these animation clips to a very smart AI. So when a user then asks the AI for guidance, advice, clarity or feedback, the AI will then respond by showing the user in animation format how the characters relate to each other, how they are configured and where to adjust them. And in that way, it will be really easy to understand what's happening inside your mind and how to solve the problems you are facing. So our business model, our route to market, starts off at Substack, where we're going to build up a community of professionals and mind geeks to help us develop the content. We want their input, their advice, their take on different things, their response to the animations. Once we've got enough animations developed, we can then take it over into a video on demand subscription, specifically targeted at Generation Z, the 12 to 27-year-olds. Here we want to test whether the animations makes sense. Once we've gone from that process, we're going to take it over to courseware, where we want to test whether the intervention strategies are actually working. Then, once we've got all this content validated, we're going to start developing our Mentor app by remodularizing the animation clips and integrating it with our smart AI. So needless to say, the global market for mental wellness is absolutely massive. It's something like 165 billion worldwide and over 6 billion a year just in the UK. But the reason we really need to solve this problem is that it costs the UK economy in the region of 300 billion a year And just on Generation Z, in terms of non-productive workdays, cost the UK economy 178 billion. And the cost to the NHS for poor mental well-being is 14 billion. But the real sad statistic is that every 3 minutes there's a suicide worldwide under Generation Z. In other words, the 12 to 27-year-olds. And that is what we are passionate about solving. So needless to say, in a massive market like that, there's a lot of competition. But where we want to position Flowmonics is right at the top of knowledge transfer. We want to be best use of animation in knowledge transfer and be the best at using technology in the form of our unique AI in terms of knowledge transfer. Our growth strategy is a 5-year plan. We will start off on phase 1 releasing the animations on Substack as a paid newsletter subscription. And then we'll step through the phases. In phase 4, we'll remodularize the animations and release the basic mentor app. And in phase 5, we'll incorporate the morphodynamic AI that we are developing into the mentor app. So what I want to do is invite you to join us for the greatest story ever told about the mind. Join us on Substack and get access to the behind-the-scenes development of these incredible animations. Contribute by sharing your ideas, your comments, your opinions about the animations, whatever you can contribute to the process to develop this incredible project. Thank you for your time and attention.